tomorrow. Hopefully, you guys, you are okay wherever you are. I mean, it's been a long time I've posted something on this platform, obviously, but it's good to be speaking to you. It's good to have you along. I mean, it's been quite an exciting end to the season. Quite an exciting end to the season. Whereby we've seen some exciting results. We've seen teams getting relegated, teams winning the championships, some teams getting to the Premier Soccer League. As you know that the Premier Soccer League is our flagship. So if we talk about the English Premier Soccer League, we say congratulations to Liverpool Football Club. They are the champions of England for the 20th time. I mean, the most successful club in English football, obviously, overtaking Manchester United in terms of the cup competitions, but in terms of the league titles, Liverpool are at par with Manchester United. So yes, Liverpool winning it, and no one gave them a chance when Arne Slot took over from Jurgen Klopp. People were thinking that the ship is going to go down, but Arne Slot never signed any player, and he showed it. I mean, he never really upset the apple cart in the way Liverpool played. I mean, they've been brilliant. You look at Mo Salah every season for the last 5-6 seasons, he's hitting double figures. Yes, Diaz was also scoring goals, Cody Gakpo, and Dominic Szoboszlai, and also I think the best midfielder in the English Premier Soccer League in terms of defensive midfielder, that is Ryan Gravenberch, has been a revelation. So is Alexis McAllister, and to think that Alexis McAllister was bought for about 34 million quid, I mean, it's absolutely crazy because I mean Liverpool always get right these signings, and the captain, that is Virgil van Dijk, together with Ibrahima Konate, were a colossus in central defense. Trent Alexander, the most unfortunate thing, he's likely to be leaving Liverpool. He has not yet extended his contract at Liverpool, but we are not yet sure because there are rumors that he might be leaving for Real Madrid. Some are saying that it's a done deal, but we wait and see if it's going to happen. So we say heads up to Liverpool. Arsenal is still chasing that second spot, and they played yesterday against Bournemouth, and my goodness, we all thought that Arsenal were going to win that, but they had their eye on the Champions League. We'll chat about the Champions League, which is happening this coming week together with the Europa. So yeah, it's still a race to qualify for the Champions League in English football, because Manchester City played on a Friday and they won, and it was Omar Mamouche, I think, who scored that goal. They were playing against Wolverhampton at home. So it has been a bad season by all standards for Manchester City, but look at them. They are third on the log. They're in the final of the FA Cup. If they win the FA Cup, for some City supporters will be saying that, I mean, they've had not a bad season, but we had Pep Guardiola saying that it's not been a good season. But obviously the standards which they have set themselves show that they are really standards at Manchester City. They've won the league title 4 times in a row. It has never been seen or heard. So we say, yeah, well done, good luck in the final of the FA Cup for Manchester City, who will be playing Andy Data. Hey, how are you? You are chatting me live on klutchpabhora. I have not posted for quite a long time, so thank you for watching. Thank you for watching this. So what I'm saying is that if Manchester City go on and win the FA Cup, I mean, it will be a successful season. But for City supporters, they'll be saying nothing. But let me talk about the Europa and Andy, so how are you? Good to see you. Good to be talking to you. Arsenal, they played in the first leg of the Champions League. They played against PSG at home. You know, when I look at that game, I don't think Arsenal played that badly. But you see, in football, there are moments. You live in those moments. They had their chances. I still remember there's a chance which Gabriel Martinelli could have slotted in. But you've got to give the goalkeeper some credit. Donnarumma, he's a monster of a goalkeeper. Very difficult to beat on one-on-ones. So had they scored that goal, I mean, things could have changed because they were carrying the momentum. And also they had a goal which was disallowed. Not sure about that goal. Not sure about that. But you've got to give also credit to Lucho Enrique, the manager of PSG, for the way he set up his team. I think he's got the best midfield in the world at the present moment. Those 3 young midfielders in Vitinha, Neves, and my favorite player, who is number 8. That is what's his name? I've forgotten his name. I'll come back to you and tell you his name. He wears number 8, Spanish midfielder. What a player he is. And Dembele floating as a 9, and their attacking 3 is dangerous. But let's see what happens at the PSG Stadium in Paris. That is on Wednesday. The other semi-final which was played, it was Barcelona, the best team in world football at the present moment. They were at home against the Nerazzurri of Italy, that is Inter Milan. Well, 6-goal thriller, it was 3-3. You know, you think that Barcelona are dead and buried, but with their strike force, the 3 guys who play up front, they've scored 159 goals in a calendar. Yeah, imagine, 159 goals. My goodness. And they've got the best player who is coming up now. Everyone is talking of Lamine Yamal. I mean, what a player. At 17 years old, you ask yourself, what were you doing when you were 17 years old? Then it tells you what a talent he is. He's playing as if he's playing with his mates, at a playground. He's a super player. And yeah, they are playing away from home, that is at the San Siro. That is going to be a thriller. Then we go to the Europa Cup. I mean, the 2 clubs in the English Premier Soccer League who have been disappointed, that is Manchester United and Tottenham Hotspur, number 14 and 15. To be quite honest, I'm a United fan, and you can't hide behind the finger of saying we are fighting to win the Europa, then and maybe win it, and probably playing in the Champions League. To be quite honest, the league have been so disappointing for both Manchester United. I don't want to watch the league. I don't want to watch it a lot. So disappointing because there are standards to be set when you are playing for Manchester United and Tottenham Hotspur. It remains to be seen if these teams. You can wait for me there, guys. I'm coming. Yep, back. You know the nature of the job when you are doing live, you zoom out of the picture a little bit. I was talking of Tottenham Hotspur and Manchester United. I mean, to be quite honest, I don't think they've had a very good season. So to hide behind that finger of saying we are competing in the Europa Trophy, I mean that doesn't mask away how bad their season has been. 3 clubs which came from Division 1, they have been demoted. That is Ipswich, coached by Kieran McKenna. Southampton have gone down, the Saints. And the other team which has been relegated is Ipswich Town, Leicester City, coached by Ruud van Nistelrooy. These are the West clubs. I mean, you don't count them. Those are visitors. Then we have a West Ham, we have a Spurs, we have a Manchester United. So which means those 3 clubs were the West clubs in a proper Premier Soccer League. I don't want to hear anything. United, my club, it was always going to be a disaster when Ruben Amorim came. I mean, here is a coach who comes with his system. He wants to play a certain system. He comes in November. There is no time to be training. There's no time to adjust to a system. And he's taking over from the guys who had failed, being coached by a manager who had failed to bring out the best. That is Ten Hag. Ten Hag had failed to bring the best out of those players. Amorim didn't buy his players. I'm not saying that every coach who comes must bring his players. No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm simply saying is that the players who were there, they're the same players who had failed Ten Hag for the last 3 seasons. And there's a change of the system. So it's been chaotic. But it's been like night and day when you want to look at it. Manchester United's performances in the Europa and in the English Premier Soccer League, they're unbeaten. It's so funny. I was watching the match against Lyon. You don't know what to expect from United. At one time they can play very well. Then, I mean, they were leading 2-0. So, leading 2-0. Then all of a sudden they are down by 4-2. So you ask yourself, what the hell is happening? Look what I'm trying to say. What is happening with Manchester United? They are leading by 2-0, 4-2. Then with 7 minutes to go, they are leading by 5-4. That has been the story of United. They went to play against Athletic of Bilbao. No one gave them a chance. The first 20 minutes, we were all saying, oh, here we go again, another poor performance from United. And they won by 3-0. I don't want to think, I want this game, the second leg on Thursday, to be over. But I don't want to believe it because Manchester United can disappoint you. They can come up, first 10 minutes, we're 1-0 down, Onana makes a mistake. After 15 minutes, there is a red card. Then we have the game on our hands. But I think we are 1 foot in the final of the Europa Cup. Whom are we going to meet? Tottenham Hotspur. They won at home against Bodo Glimt. So we wait to see what is going to happen. For Arsenal, they've got everything to fight for. I mean, is their season capitulated? They played yesterday against Bournemouth and I was so disappointed in the way they played yesterday. So disappointed. So we wait to see the Champions League semi-finals this coming Tuesday and Wednesdays, the semi-finals of the Europa Trophy, and 2 clubs from England with the healthy results in the first leg. Is it going to be Tottenham Hotspur versus Manchester United? 2 clubs who have struggled, 2 coaches, that is Ange Postecoglou, who has also struggled this season. But I can say Ange Postecoglou, the thing has been some injuries. And Ruben Amorim, I mean, he has been given a chance to redeem Manchester United. But obviously, the knives will be opened, will be sharpened for him when we come to the next season. And hopefully, Manchester United are going to sign players who will suit into his system. Arsenal, they need a striker. Samila Patel, thank you so much for joining me, Matt. Thank you. Yeah, hopefully your team, whichever team you love and you support, is winning. But for me, I'm struggling because my Manchester United is struggling. But nevertheless, that's part and parcel of football. That's part and parcel of football. You win some, you lose some. Here in South Africa, where I'm based, it was the Soweto Derby, which was played yesterday. The 2 biggest clubs in South African history from Soweto, that is Orlando Pirates, played against Kaizer Chiefs. My goodness, the same clubs are going to be meeting in the biggest cup in South African football, that is the Nedbank Cup. It's going to be played in 2 weeks. So again, the 2 biggest clubs are going to meet. And yesterday, Soweto was full of FNB Stadium, and the young sensation, the president of AMA 2000s, that is Rele Ohile Mofokeng, scoring the winner. So the Buccaneers are having the bragging rights. Are they going to win the league? I don't think so, because Mamelodi Sundowns were here in Cape Town. I watched that match. They were playing against Cape Town City. They won by 2-0. Some brilliant goals scored by Tashreeq Matthews, the boys from Cape Town, and Reyners, who scored the second goal for Mamelodi Sundowns. So guys, it's been a blast. It's been a blast. I'll be giving you some updates from time to time about what is happening with European football, but especially when we are going to the off-season. Obviously, we all love the off-seasons with some news, with some rumors, with some gossips. So I will be giving you that, the gossips coming into the off-season. They say that it's a silly season, but from time to time I will be giving you updates on that. And also the klutchpabhora is growing strong. You watch my Facebook page, that is Odecious Maroa. We always have the untold stories every Saturday with shoot on Marisa. It was a blast, gathering momentum, and hopefully you guys are going to enjoy it. So from me, Odecious Maroa, guys, thank you so much.